Hello, hello! How's everyone doing? Welcome, welcome to Cool Up and Frank and Lily. It's good to see all of you. Hope everyone's week has been going okay. I guess it's yeah, it has been a week since I've seen everyone, so good to see you again. Every time I miss even one stream, I'm like, I have not streamed in so long. Everyone will have forgotten me. I'm washed up. Your whole body hurts. Oh no. Are is I hope you feel better. I'm very, very sorry. Do you know what's going on? Love when I take a sip and it just makes me look very sad for a moment. Getting into the groove of being a wagey, yeah, that's rough. Especially if you're like on your feet for 8 hours a day and not used to it. I feel you. Also, Rohajin, hi there. We're just about to get started. No, not at all, Frank. For those who are not aware, I did not stream on Sunday because Frank was in town. So we had a lovely, lovely weekend, and I wouldn't have traded it for the world. So please do not apologize, Frank. Yeah, no worries, Lily. I guess that's a good segue into talking a little bit about this game. So we played this last week, but this is Cemetery Mary. This is a little horror visual novel by Arcade Kitten. She's made a few cute little horror games, kind of treading the line of like creepy cute, which I vibe with. God, I was about to do that, Frank. But all of her stuff is pay what you want. So I've really vibed with some of her stuff, and I've been having fun with this one. That being said, it is definitely a horror game, as cute as it is. So Lily did put that content warning command in chat. Let me do that again. But yeah, stalking and kidnapping are pretty core to the plot here, and the rest, that list was provided by the developer herself. She says that it's probably like PG-13, so nothing has been horribly graphic. But if you're sensitive to anything there, please take care of yourself. Really, no worries. Love to have you stop by. Do not make it at your own expense. Also, hi there, Cthulhu. As far as like jump scare type stuff, there's only been one in the game so far. So whereabouts were we in the story? So, last we left off, so there are a few notable characters that have different roots, and we are going on Reginald's route, who is a long-haired bookwormy pretty boy, who also makes coffins, which is right up our gothy main character's alley. So at the moment, he has invited us to his workshop to see how he does it. I think that's where we're going to start off. You're gonna be going, yeah, no worries, Rajin. It's very good to see you, though. Thank you for stopping by. I know, spooky scaries aren't everyone's cup of tea. Also, some bloke, hi there. On the other hand, spooky times are very much some other people's type of tea. So, cup of tea type of thing. Anyway, I'm super good at words. It's very goth. Cemetery Mary is the player character, and she is so called because she just hangs out in cemeteries, occasionally crashing funerals for people she doesn't know. So that's the kind of protagonist that we're dealing with. So that's the sort of tone we have going on. Let's see. Completely normal behavior. I mean, I was talking the other day about how not too far, well, I mean, on the other side of town, we have a very large, very historic graveyard. Like, famous historical figures are buried there, and they're big war monuments, and many, and it's been like a long time at the cemetery, so there's a whole bunch of different types of architecture in the headstones and the mausoleums there, and it's so large and such a big deal that that genuinely it is a place that you can just go there and hang out and have a picnic. Obviously, if anybody's having like an active funeral, maybe you don't want to bother that. But like, for sure, people just walk or drive, because it's big enough to drive through, to see the sights, or to go on dates, or to have picnics, or to play Pokemon Go. So I can kind of relate to Mary on that line. But we haven't gone there. Yeah, there are a few things like we continually said, yeah, we're gonna do that, and then we just run out of time. But next time, for sure, probably. So, with that, I guess we can get going on. Yes, make sure that you've been eating all your screws. I mean, I always have my eye on you. I can tell if you're lying, but I'd prefer if you told me the truth. So, with that, let me kill the background music and turn on the background music, because for whatever reason there's no title screen music. So we are going to load. Cool. So full of screws. Oh right, we need our handy dandy text enhancinator. Boop. Just to make the text a little bit more legible. I'm sorry if it ends up blocking some of the visuals, but we're making do. Getting off the bus at the closest stop, I walked to the location Reginald told me I should go. He told me it was a bit of a ways off the sidewalk, and not too close to many buildings. And it honestly felt like I walked into a whole new city. It definitely wasn't as brick and mortar as back where I'm used to being. Yes, we are taking Reginald up on an invitation to see his coffin making work. There were so many trees, and buildings were so spread. The grass grew in such a way that it didn't feel overgrown, despite reaching a bit above your ankles. Touch grass? No, grass touches you. I walked down the town's cracked sidewalk until I came across a pebble path. It's just gonna take me a second to get used to speaking. Look, I'm trying my best. And following it down, I caught sight of Reginald's workshop. Thank you for the quench. Honestly, it's just I haven't needed to speak a whole lot today, so I don't really have those parts all warmed up. It was so old-fashioned. It was big, but completely made of wood. It almost looked like its own little cottage way out here. But it was charming, and I liked it. I went up to the door and gave it a few gentle knocks. I didn't hear anything at first, but then... Oh, you okay, my dude? Reginald opened the door. At first he had a not-so-happy expression on his face. It was only for a split second, but I noticed it before it changed. Ah, Mary, you're here! Come in, come in. So glad you could make it. Look, we can't always all have good days. Sometimes you just got bags under your eyes. Some people like that kind of thing. And some people. I took a step into the workshop. It was so cozy in here. There was such a gentle sunlight flowing in through the windows, and the smell of sawdust was prominent in the air. But it was a good kind of sawdust smell. It smelled like productivity and hard work. I actually just started my break, but you're free to look around and ask about things in the meantime. Are you sure? I don't want to bother you on your break. Oh, nonsense. I can't think of a better way to spend my free time. So, anything you're curious about? Let's make sure we don't fail the social link. I guess we can just go down the line. I don't think any of these would set him off or anything. I'm still thinking about Scarlet Hollow, which is another horror VN. But the decisions there tend to seem to be much higher stakes than they are here. So I'm still like, what if I choose the wrong one? This is a lot more woodsy than I expected. Oh, you think so? Yes, I do prefer to keep things a little more natural out here. Takes a bit longer, but it's more than worth it in the end. Better for the environment as well. These are your work clothes? Oh, yes. Do you like them? Oh, yes. They look very nice. But, your hair is still a bit loose, don't you think? Yes, you're not the first to say that. But it's hard to control it all, and I can't bear to cut it. Mood! No worries, though. I assure you I haven't had an accident since. And if I do, then you can tell me you told me so. Yeah. I am in love with my hair until the moment that I need to, like, duck down and look at something or work with my hands. Then I still love it, but I'm also spitting it out of my mouth. Are those new tools working for you? Extravagantly so. I think that's because I had you helping me that day. 100% agree to hair moment, yes! Someone who understands! I don't know if you could tell, but hair is a little bit important to me. Are you secretly a good luck charm? I think I feel more like the opposite, if I'm honest. Oh, come now, don't say that. You haven't let me down yet. Are you always alone here? That was the question. Oh, not always. Okay, just about always. But it's alright, I don't mind it. I get to meet up with some others when they need bases and all. So I'm not always alone. So, don't worry about it. Oh, hello. Yes, I have been. To chat. I did give a shout out earlier. I'm gonna do the thing again. Yeah. I'll give one more shout out to our developer here in chat. But yes, there are so many red flags, and I love all of them. I just see a bookworm with long hair, and all sense goes out the window. But yeah, I've really vibed with some of your other stuff. This is the first time I'm playing Cemetery Mary, and I think it's one of your larger ones. So anyway, thank you very, very much for stopping by.
Besides, are any of us ever really alone?
He winked at me after saying it. Is that you?
Thank you.
Frank, please. Congratulations to Arcade Kitten for becoming perfectly average. Frank, that is so kind of you. I've tried to stop him, Cthulhu. I cannot. Is that your work in the back?
Indeed it is. It's just the base right now, though. Nothing too special about it yet.
I think it looks pretty good, though. Especially since it's not like I know how to do any of this stuff.
Well, if you'd like, you could take a step inside. You could be my little tester.
Whoa, really?
Sure, I mean, haven't you always wanted to know what it was like to actually lie in one? I know I have.
Yeah. I'd like to try it if it's okay.
Of course it is. I wouldn't have offered otherwise.
Get inside the Look. I can't blame her. I have stepped inside a coffin with Frank in the room. I stepped into the coffin. Even though it was still standing upwards, I crossed my arms as if I had been lying down in it. Reginald gave me a teensy wave as he lifted the lid and placed it over the coffin, encompassing me in darkness inside. Normal. That's the word that I would use to describe Mary exactly.
How's it feeling there?
It's cozy, I think.
I'm sure it'll be a lot cozier once it's finished. Maybe we'll add some nice cushions and a shiny finish to really put it over the top.
Yeah. I always did wonder what it feels like in those. I guess you'll have to let me try it again when it's finished. Hello? Reginald. Please. You're still there, right? Hello? Guess I'll just let myself out then. Huh. I pushed on the lid in front of me, but it didn't budge at all. I pushed harder, but to no avail. Reginald? Can you hear me? I'd like to get out now. Hey, how much air is in here anyways? I tried pushing again. No use. And no matter how much I yelled out to him, it seemed as if Reginald had just vanished. Hey! Let me out, please! I punched the lid in an attempt to get out. I felt pain surge through my wrists as I did so. But still, I did it again, and again, and again. Help me! Please! Let me out! Let me out! Please! I can't get out! Please! Finally, I was let out. I struggled to catch my breath. I was met with the face of Reginald, who looked quite shocked to see me in such a state.
Mary? What happened?
See? Total trust in the Fugu man. What practical jokes play on your guests? Kill them!
What happened? Are you alright?
Where were you? Didn't you hear me screaming in there?
No, someone had knocked on the door. I figured you would be able to get on your own, so You look shaken.
Just a little bit. I just got so nervous when I couldn't get out. I'm sorry.
No, I'm the sorry one. Really, I'm so sorry. Today was supposed to be nice, but I shouldn't have left you alone. I'm sorry. I'll make it up to you, okay?
You really don't have to. It's all right. I'd feel bad. It wasn't your fault.
It is my fault. Besides, I won't feel good about it unless I do something to make it up to you, okay? It's just how I am.
I stayed for about less than an hour after that. Became pretty awkward after my little panic. And Reginald still looked like he felt really bad. I told him I'd let him work in peace. He told me he was okay if I wanted to leave, but he'd like to see me again soon. We said our goodbyes and I left, not wanting to feel any worse over it. I didn't do much the rest of the day. I had, well, planned around this. But now I didn't feel up for doing much at all. I went back home and decided to just relax. I was sure that once I was fully calm, what happened today wouldn't have seemed that bad at all. So I spent the rest of my evening at home. Till it was time for bed once again. And we get to do our usual calming activity before bed. I've got something to ask you. Again. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
I want to ask you something.
You just did?
What? No. Something different.
Go ahead.
Well, that's an interesting question. You haven't been forthcoming with, like, literally any other question that we've asked. But maybe this time. Yeah, that's, I mean, we have being trapped on the mind. Maybe, you know, maybe we'll extend a branch of empathy. Are you trapped?
What do you mean by that?
What you're doing right now, is it because you want to? Or do you not have a choice?
There's always a choice. Even if that choice is to do nothing. But the choice I've made was with the best intentions in mind. Good night, Mary.
I went to bed after that. I don't know if it was becoming easier to sleep, but if it becoming easier to sleep at night was a good thing or a bad thing. Regardless, I slept. The days following were mostly uneventful, and I think that's probably a good thing. I didn't need something to shake things up even more. The first 2 days that passed, I did my usual hobbies. I went to the cemetery, I placed flowers, I planted flowers. I didn't really talk to anyone, but that was fine too. On the third day it was raining, so I decided I would stay home. I decided to finally take out the manga I got from the library. We still haven't read that. I think they have their best interests in mind. This sounds so much more sinister coming from the developer. I hadn't started it yet, but today seemed like the perfect day to. I lit the fireplace as I cuddled up with a blanket next to it, expecting to spend quite a while sitting here. It was a thick book, but I was sure I could finish it all in a sitting. As for its content, well, it wasn't the best manga I'd ever read. But it was still really interesting, and captivated me nonetheless. The story is mostly lighthearted, and at some points even felt like a comedy. But I had just gotten to a part that was a bit more serious, making me all the more invested. The main boy was hopelessly in love with the main girl. That was obviously enough for him to start. Despite this, he didn't want to be her boyfriend. In fact, he didn't want to be in a relationship with her at all. The manga had been pretty comedic up until this point, mostly about the boy taking wild steps to keep the girl as friend, while also not wanting it to evolve into more, or even insinuate he had feelings for her. He never explains why he doesn't want to date her, just that he doesn't. And now it appears the girl has grown feeling for him in return, making things all the more complicated. And it looks like the boy was ready to confess why he felt the way he did. I was completely immersed as I turned the page, only to be met with... Oh, how terrible. Someone had vandalized the pages with some sort of black paint or nail polish, it seemed. I turned to the next page just to make sure the rest of the book was alright. Sure enough, the other pages were also scribbled in black. Why this? Except for one. Cool. Rose, please. I'm glad you're enjoying Arknights, though. There was a drawing on it, and what looked like some kind of writing underneath. I don't know if you could tell, Arcade Kitten, but we're pretty fond of eyes around here. It made me feel disappointed. I know it's not all that uncommon for edgy teenagers to write in books and all, but still, this belonged to the library. You shouldn't damage it. Do we want to? Okay, sure, just for a few minutes. For those who may not be into body horror and facial deformation and monstery type stuff, you may want to tune back in just a couple of minutes, because I guess it fits the vibe well enough. Oh yeah, Kulop hasn't seen this yet, has she? I'm so glad everyone's into it. See, this is the thing about having this face, is that I want to be all spooky scary, but then everybody just loves it and I start giggling and getting flustered anyway. How dare you? Anyway, video games. It's a good face to have. Well, I appreciate it. I tried to look on the bright side and think that maybe it was a donation to the library instead. That someone had drawn in the book when they owned it and donated it without realizing. Still, though, did no one check to see if the book was in good enough shape to be donated? Well, there was nothing I could do about it now. I made a mental note to tell the library of the damaged book when I went next, and flipped back through the beginning pages to make sure I didn't miss any other marks. But when I did... Oh. Huh? The page I was just on looked nothing like it did before. All the characters, it was like they were looking straight at me. Turned the page and it was the same. All eyes were on me. Completely startled, I'd thrown the book away from me, but I didn't see where I was throwing. Mary, please! In my panic, I'd thrown the book right into the fire. Oh no! No, 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 no! I wanted to save it, but it was too late. Putting the fire out wouldn't have saved it. Oopsie! We're playing Little Inferno now. It was already pitch black and burning into ash. I smacked myself in the head. I was always so careful with the library books, and now I just... let one get completely destroyed. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Even though the book was beyond rescue, I still had to clean the fireplace now. I sighed and gathered the proper tools to clean it. Kneeling in front of the fireplace, I heard my phone go off. Picked it up shortly after, worried that it might have been Croven needing something important. But it was Reginald, once again.
Hello, Mary. How are you feeling today?
Me? I'm okay, I guess.
Are you sure? I still feel terrible about what happened the other day.
Genuine. I don't... Me? That... I admit that is what crossed my mind when she was hitting herself in the head, but I didn't want to ruin the moment. He's like not even good at hiding it.
still feel terrible about when it happened the other day.
What do you mean?
When you got stuck, remember? Or, well, perhaps it's better if you don't remember. Well, anyways, I've still been feeling pretty awful about that. I was thinking of ways I could make it up to you somehow. And luckily an opportunity has presented itself.
Oh, you don't have to do anything. Really, it's alright.
Please, I think you'll really like it.
Are we on page 3 now? Sure. uh, um... We're here to make bad decisions, right? Honestly, who plays a visual novel and makes the decision to stay home and be a recluse in character? uh,
Of course, I'm sure. In fact, I'd say it was meant to be.
oof.
It's so perfect for you, after all. You see, I was recently invited to a funeral, and who better to invite with me than you?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Are you feeling alright?
Oh, yes. No need to worry. It was no one close, just someone I used to know a long time ago. I hadn't seen him in ages, so it surprised even me that I was invited. But since I was, I thought you would like to come? You do like these events, right?
Well, I guess I can't deny that I do. But are you really sure it's okay for me to come?
Of course. I think if anyone can put the fun in funeral, it's you.
Okay, he wins points for that one. Also, boink, boink, boink. 5 minutes up. No more spooky scaries. If anybody was looking away from the body horror stuff, I'm normal again, I promise. See, I love having especially indie developers in chats because we just get fun behind the scenes information about characters. Oh never mind, it's in the text. Where it's just tactical foreshadowing. Ah, shucks. Reginald forwarded me the details of the funeral and told me where I'd be meeting him. Despite our area's pretty cemetery, the funeral was going to be entirely in a church. I had never been to a funeral in a church before. Each one I had attended had been outside. You do not know how much I would love the fun facts. I don't think it was actively like on stream, but once when I was chatting with like a one person developer, they said that it's basically that they have just created their own blorbos and we're very excited to give essentially just more OC information, which is my entire bag. I love hearing people gush about their creations, and the fact that it's like a properly published work doesn't change that dynamic, at least with the ones that I've spoken to. So it's always great fun, and it's a lot easier to walk into one that's held outdoors. But now I was invited, and I could not deny I did feel a little excited. Is that bad? I've never really gone to churches, but they've always seemed so pretty from the outside. I just never had a reason to go. But now I do. I kept in touch with Reginald until that day, always double-checking the details such as time and location. I didn't want to be late or hold anything up or cause any disruption. Reginald kept assuring me that it would be all right, though, and that he'd wait for me outside so I wouldn't get too lost either. I really appreciate that, Arcade Kitten. It's I'm a little bit biased, but I happen to think that my gays are like one of the loveliest communities that I've been in. So, GAZE. On the day of the funeral, I wore my usual attire. It's one of the great things about dressing like this. I'm always funeral ready. Yeah, that way too, Frank. I mean, that's not the only reason I dress like this. I just like the color black a lot. But I think red is still my favorite color. There it is! Yes, her insisted favorite outfit. Probably. When I turned down the street, trying that one again. When I turned down the street the church was on, I spotted Reginald standing on the front steps. He spotted me in return and gave a polite wave as he waited for me to reach him. Words, work with me.
Why don't you look nice?
Oh, really? I'm just wearing what I always do.
Yes, I know. But it's a nice look for you. Ah, right. Here, take this.
Reginald handed me a small package of tissues. Thank you for the quench. I'll take that sip.
I know you're not one to cry at these events, but just in case.
She associates it with life. That's... Oh no, I really like Mary. I don't... Like, it's something that I definitely talk about, but that I don't, like, emphasize because it's something that kind of wigs out people. But I'm very interested in the aesthetics and interplay of having like life and death as sort of two sides of the same coin. Rather than, life being beautiful and cherished and death being terrifying and taboo. Like, no. One leads to the other and back. It's so like I do appreciate a character who has a healthy respect for both. Oh, thank you. That's very considerate of you. Kindred spirits. You think you'll need them too? Here's into color theory. I'd love the children's. Please! Frank, please! Always with the Tumblr memes.
Oh, no. I'm not much of a crier, I'm afraid. Besides, I think it's hard to be sad with you around.
Reginald opened the door for me and I stepped inside. I'd always admired this building from the outside, but I'd never been inside before. Ceilings towered above us. The walls were clean and dark. The tiled floors below us gave a pleasant sound when stepped on. He gestured to the direction we'd be heading in for the service. There was a lot of people. But that made me happy. We all herded into the room, everyone looking for a proper pew to sit. Why did proper pew throw me off? We all herded into the room, everyone looking for a proper pew to sit in with a nice enough view of the priest. There were so many pews in there. I sat down in the closest open spot to me, and almost immediately I felt an overwhelming sense of dread. I'm not sure what caused it, or why it was happening. Proper pew closeness. But it was as if the world was ending. I think that's just called being in church. Somehow. I don't know. I just couldn't place this overwhelming sense of doom that I was feeling. I looked around. It seemed like no one else was experiencing it. It was so prominent to me. Almost tangible. Like a heavy weight that was sinking into your shoulders. Loud music that reverberated through your bones. Ceilings were so high, and I had plenty of room to sit. And I felt so terribly claustrophobic. Could not even hear what the priest was saying. Rather, I could hear it, but I felt as if I could not listen properly. As if they were speaking underwater. Was this feeling? was making me feel sick. I felt the temples of my head start to throb the more time went on, and each muffled noise that coursed its way across the room somehow gave me a sense of nausea, as if just the vibrations of sound were causing me to feel dizzy. Something wasn't right. That's all I could think to myself. I felt almost paralyzed in my seat as the bad feelings continued, so on and so forth. It's hard to describe exactly how it felt. Was this a stroke? A heart attack? I couldn't pinpoint this feeling. I just knew that something wasn't right. I wasn't even sure how to handle these feelings. It was as if I'd entered some kind of dreamlike state. As if what I was feeling and everything around me was all some sort of elaborate dream. It was scary and claustrophobic. Ooh. Juice box! There. That's a mood shift. Thank you for the fresh juice raid. Everyone go say hi to Juice Box. Let me give you a quick shout out. Let Frank give you a quick shout out. Let me do it the Twitch way. Shout out. Boop. Underscore, not hyphen. Yeah! So, for those who are coming in with the raid, hello! I'm Cricket, just your perfectly average changeling VTuber, and we are playing Cemetery Mary, which is, a horror visual novel that was actually created by Arcade Kitten, who we have in chat. So go check out. I should have asked for your pronouns earlier. But yes, good stuff. Pay what you want. Fun, creepy, cute vibes. And for those of you who are on my side, definitely go check out Juicebox. They are adorable, and they have an amazing voice, and they just returned from some travel. So, yeah, I hope everything is good, Juicebox. She, her. Thank you. Hi there, Spiky. And yes, to answer Juicebox's question, it is a horror game. We do have a content warning command. We've had a couple of jump scares. Stalking and kidnapping is pretty core to the plot. There's wouldn't you believe it? There's a lot of death imagery. So if anybody isn't into that, has any sensitivities, no worries if you want to skedaddle. But it's always good to see people stop by. At the moment, we are at a funeral in a church and feeling very, very uneasy. So we might be having some bad times soon. This route's been going in. Call him more of a dating sim. Look, he has nice hair. But yeah, 6 months of travel. It's... whew. Yeah. I'm glad you're back and you're safe, Juicebox. And I look forward to catching some more of your streams. Yeah, I had to lurk earlier, but... that being said, I guess we will keep going. I do love a Reginald. And all of his red flags. I felt like I had tunnel vision, and the world around me was becoming blurred. All the noises around me felt so muffled, and yet also so loud. It made my ears ring, and all the while, the only message my brain was feeding me was that something wasn't right. Yeah, go get some food, Juicebox. Very, very good to see you. Thank you so much for the raid. I didn't want to be disrespectful to the service or anything, but I had to leave. At least just leave the room. How long has this gone on anyways? Like it'd been hours, but that couldn't have been the case. I think I was just feeling really sick, and that's why I eventually worked up the strength to exit the room. Things didn't seem quite so closed in when I did, but I still felt tidal waves of nausea rush over me every few moments. I couldn't understand what was causing this to happen. I felt terrified. In my dizzied state, I stumbled about until I found a bathroom. I went inside. Lights were bright and fluorescent, in contrast to the rest of the church. The buzzing noise and stark whiteness of the room did not help my condition at all, as if overloading my senses even more. Luckily, I was already in front of a toilet when my sickness got the better of me. I threw up. And something definitely was not right. Damn it. Whatever I'd puked into the toilet was unlike anything I'd ever seen before. It was pure black. I glistened oddly in the light.
Also, how is this video game in my brain?
Because spitting up black ichor is exactly how I tend to envision, like, some of my own, some of my own baggage.
So, like, this imagery resonates.
Hope I'm having a great night at Hotel So Connection Spotty.
Oh, no worries. It's good to see you, Sarah.
We're having a
horrible time in a church. But what else is new? Kalex, please take care of your eyes. Those are important.
I'm kidding. I'm very, very much enjoying this game, but it's also
not a great time for Mary here. Like I said, some of your other work, Arcade Kitten, has
definitely resonated with me. So, same brain. You're AFK getting a quench. Cool up. So we sat in a proper pew and started feeling incredibly nauseous. We left for the bathroom and immediately upchucked this.
just black goop. Frank, please. Thank you for the gift sub.
And congrats to Juicebox for becoming perfectly average again.
Relatable. We're all just shaking hands with our religious trauma here in chat, huh?
Like ink or tar. Did this really come out of me just now? Or am I just seeing things? This feeling of nausea still hasn't left. A knock on the door. I wasn't given much time to inspect it further, but truthfully I didn't know if I wanted to. I had to just be seeing things, right? I told whoever was outside that I would be just a minute. I flushed the toilet and wiped the seat with toilet paper. All the murky, inky black water came up clear again after I flushed it. I washed my hands and cleaned myself up at the sink before heading back out there again. As I exited the bathroom, I was greeted by a lady and gentleman standing right in front of me. Oh, goodness, you startled me. I'm so sorry. And I apologize for the wait. Please, go ahead. Oh, that's quite all right. I just wanted to fix my makeup before we head out for dinner. Will you be joining us too? Huh? We saw you in the service there with us. Everyone was invited to come and join us for dinner after. Sorry if we're appearing rude, but who are you anyways? You're not some kind of crasher, right?
Huh? What do you mean?
Who are you related to the deceased? Who did you come here with?
Oh, that's,
Because I'm actually just...
God. Do we? I feel like we're a little
We're a little too far in it.
to not, right? Don't look at me that way, Frank. Ah. Well, here goes.
I'm Reginald's girlfriend. I didn't want to cause any trouble leaving the service in the middle of it. I just wasn't feeling all that great, so I took off on my own. I don't know where he is right now, but I'll see him again soon, I'm sure.
Smikey, please.
Oh, I see. You must be very wound up about this all then. Sorry to bother you.
Oh, no, don't be sorry. It's okay.
I noticed them give me a weird look as we went our separate ways. As I got closer to the main hall, I could see more and more people spilling out the ends. Seems like the service was just about over. But I couldn't just leave. There was something really weird going on here, and I knew it was connected to that coffin. The closer I got to it, the more intense that nauseating pressure felt. Felt like walls closing in on my brain. And with what happened in the bathroom earlier, I couldn't just let it go. I snuck closer to the coffin. We were alone together, and the pressure felt more intense than ever. Honestly, I felt like I could puke again just from standing there. It just felt so hard to focus on anything except the pressure of it all. Something was telling me what's inside. I don't know if it's a body. I could hardly think properly. But all my brain could tell me was that something else was in there. No one else is around, right? Maybe if I could just see inside. All I need is one quick glance, and then maybe my mind will be at ease. I reach my arm toward the coffin, and... Oh, there you are.
Reginald!
Did you get lost? I noticed you went off earlier.
Please. Not the Kinder Surprise.
Is everything alright?
Oh, Actually, I'm not alright.
Oh? What's wrong?
I don't know. I started feeling really sick today. I'm all woozy and dizzy. My head feels like it's throbbing. I don't know why.
Oh dear, I'm so sorry. Would you like me to drive you home?
Oh, no. No, it's okay.
Are you sure? How are you going to get home then?
No, it's fine. I'll be fine.
Absolutely? Because you don't sound all that okay.
I think I just need to lie down somewhere.
Obsessive saver. You know what? Yeah.
In for a penny, something. Can I lay down at your place? Actually, I'm sorry to intrude, but do you think I could lay down at your place for a little while? I think I'll be okay to go home after I just rest a little somewhere.
Yes, of course.
Savior complex, I find it quite simple, actually. God. You got funerals on the dome and just said funeral instead of surgery. Well, please. I hope everything is okay. Oof. You know, easy things to mix up.
Here, let's get you out of here.
Reginald and I quickly and quietly exited the church together. Even though we were getting further from the coffin, the immense pressure I felt from standing next to it didn't seem to fade any. In fact, it almost seemed to be getting worse, regardless of my distance from it. I felt bad, and a little weird, about going to Reginald's place like this. But it seemed like it was my only choice.
I mean, there seemed to be another choice, but
There wasn't really, was there? But it was fine. I had my phone on me too, if I needed it. In case of an emergency. I really needed to lie down somewhere. Not necessarily sleep, but just lie down. Crawled into Reginald's car with him. It smelled like one of those old Pine air fresheners, but there wasn't any hanging from his rearview mirror.
coffins, right?
Don't worry, Mary, we'll be there soon. And don't be afraid to ask for anything on the way, either. You really are starting to look sick.
I didn't know what he meant by that, but I didn't really have the energy to ask about it. The world around me felt like it was spinning. I hoped I wouldn't throw up again in Reginald's car, and I really hoped I wouldn't need to go to the hospital or anything like that. Probably should have paid more attention on the drive to Reginald's apartment, but in the state I was in, it was very hard to. Nothing really looked quite as it should. Everything we passed just seemed to meld together into shapes. My head was killing me. I don't remember how long we even drove for. I just remember Reginald parking his car and helping me out the other side. He let me lean against his shoulder as he brought me in through the front door.
The elevator's broken, so we're going to have to take the stairs. I hope that's alright.
That's fine.
It won't be that long, okay? Just a little further.
Reginald brought me to the stairs and helped me up them one by one. Somehow, it felt like the most difficult task in the world. Like I couldn't even focus moving on my...
Trying that one again.
Like I couldn't even focus moving my own 2 feet. I didn't understand anything that was happening.
Did you know you could get drugged by attending a funeral? You've heard of being high on life. How about being high on death?
I really just needed to lie down. As we ascended the stairs, I heard someone else coming down from an upper floor. I didn't think much of it until they stopped us on one of the landings.
Reginald! There you are! I'm sorry, you'll need to get out of the way. Please, it'll be really... Can't you see I'm busy right now?
Come on, you can't tell me you don't notice it too. When I try to talk to Miss Sherwood about it, she doesn't answer me. Have you heard anything from her? I knew she was mad. I was like,
Elmay! I told you I am busy. Kindly move out of the way. Now!
I felt a shove past the poor lady. I felt bad for her, but I also felt as though I could barely walk anymore. I really, really hoped I wouldn't throw up again. And then, at some point, we were no longer on the staircase. I heard Reginald take out his keys and unlock his door.
Well, here we are.
Oh,
not the pulsating purples.
I know it's not much, but I hope it'll do. But you're unwell, I shouldn't ramble. Here, why don't you lie on the couch? Watch some TV. I'll start some tea. Maybe it'll help you feel a bit better.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I almost collapsed onto his couch the second I was close to it. I don't know what was wrong with me. I just needed to relax. Tried to listen to what he told me. Watch TV. Maybe if I could just distract myself like that. Reached over his coffee table and turned the TV on.
We had proper pews and now pulsing purple apartments.
I fumbled for the channel buttons, trying to put on something calm.
Also, that is so real.
Like, I've definitely been sick enough that I'm like,
I do not want to watch.
anything that has a conflict in it. Maybe a cooking show, or a house show, or something like that.
Nick Jr.
Then, I stumbled upon a channel I hadn't seen before.
Oh hey, you look familiar.
The screen went all static. At first, I thought the TV just lost connection. But even when I fiddled with the remote, nothing changed. When I hit the power button, it didn't turn off. Even though it was static, I could still hear something. But I felt too dizzy, it was hard to listen. There were words. It was almost like I could tell it was talking to me. Like it was trying to tell me something. But even trying my hardest, I just couldn't focus on it. As if I was in some sort of bizarre dream. It was a little hazy, swirling around and around in my head. I just needed to lie.
Alive! So like I was saying, Blarbos.
Good morning, sleepyhead. Or, well, evening, rather.
Reginald? What happened?
You fell asleep? What else? You must have been feeling awfully sick. Are you feeling any better?
Oh, yes, actually. I think so. I was feeling a little better. My head still hurt, but it wasn't anywhere near as dizzy as I was before.
I'm glad your nap helped you then. Unfortunately, I had to dump your tea. Got a bit too cold. But I have no problem making you another cup if you'd like.
Oh, that's all right. Hey, wait. The TV? Did you hear it earlier?
Hear what?
The TV, it was making a bunch of strange noises.
How do you mean? The TV was off when I came over to sit with you.
Oh, I must have just been dreaming then. Sorry for falling asleep on your couch. I didn't mean to.
Why are you apologizing? You were feeling sick. It's quite alright. I'm sure you'd let me do the same if our situations were reversed.
Wait. You said good evening earlier. What time is it? I checked the time. Oh, goodness. It was getting so late. Was I really asleep that long? I stood up from Reginald's couch and told him I really ought to get going. I thanked him once again for helping me so much.
Of course. Hopefully we can see each other again soon. Make me at a time when you aren't feeling so sick.
I made my way quickly and carefully down the stairs, hoping to catch the next bus on time. I noticed the closer I got to the bottom, the more it started to smell. It was less than pleasant. I guess that's what that neighbor lady wanted to ask Reginald about. Reginald got pretty mad at her, didn't he? I tried not to let it affect my opinion of him too much. After all, it sounded like he was just really worried about me. If I looked as sick as I felt, then, well, I'd be worried too. Luckily, I caught the bus on time. Got on safe, walked home safe, made it home safe. And then, followed my usual routine after that. I'd like to go to bed quickly tonight if that's alright.
That's alright. You are never under obligation to contact me every night.
I know. But I feel like I have to.
Do you?
I do.
Why is that?
Because if I don't,
Impulsive saver.
um, one of these responses seems
A little bit more loaded than the other. Quench and annihilate. Sure, sure. Quench and
I really need to not trip.
okay. uh, Gee, arcade kitten. How come you lets Mary have so many significant others? Um. that didn't apply to the meme exactly as smoothly as I was expecting, but I'm glad it came through. Significant other's threat.
Um,
I'm significantly less into the kidnapper, so
I'm scared I'll never hear about my parents again.
You shouldn't worry about that.
How can I not?
You will hear about them again, and you will hear from them again too. Didn't you say you'd like to go to bed quickly? Why don't you get some rest? Good night, Mary.
The next days following, I didn't feel so great. I must have caught something that day, but wasn't aware there was anything going around. Maybe it was just a bad cold. I don't know. I just couldn't help but feel so sick. It wasn't as extreme as the first day, but I still felt so horrible. I was so terribly dizzy. My head was always throbbing. I would try to just nap it off, but I couldn't stay asleep for long. Though sometimes I would just pass out anyways. That specific sick feeling of being like the Windows XP shutdown noise, Windows XP turning on noise, Windows XP shutdown noise, Windows XP starting up noise.
felt that. Visiting from this cruise. I can't believe a hardware mascot would lie to us.
I wish I knew why I was sick, but I didn't really want to go to the doctor just yet. Hopefully if I waited a while it would just pass on its own. That's how it usually works anyways. So, here I'll sit. I just hope I'll have the energy in me to get up later. Because sitting here, I'm not feeling too hot. I heard familiar footsteps thump down the stairs and turn into this room.
Psst. Mares? You awake?
Yeah, I'm up.
Eat more screws. Really left an impression.
Yeah, I'm up.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. Go ahead and head out for a little, alright?
What?
It's just for a little, okay? I'll be back before you know it.
Roman, please don't leave. I'm sick.
I know, Mary, I know. But this is important, right?
But what if I need something? What if I pass out again?
Come on, Mares, you're not that bad. Besides, not like I could really do much for you.
You know I don't like to be left alone when I'm sick.
I know, but like I said, this is important.
It's more important than me?
Mares. Do you really need me to stay that badly?
I feel bad that, like, we've totally blown you off every night other than...
Or every opportunity we had other than the exact first one.
So...
Does my desire for cousin bonding override my desire to not be a burden on others? We did watch some Cabinet of Curiosities when Frank was over here.
That one was rough.
I don't particularly want Mary to be alone. Did I save? I did save. So please Quoven.
Alright, I'll stay. You really are that sick, huh?
I'm really sorry. I don't want to. I just feel a lot better knowing you're here.
No, it's alright. I understand. You always care for me when I'm sick and all. Staying is the least I could do. How do you feel right now?
I don't know. Could be better.
Right. Here, I'll be right back.
Crowin walked in the direction of the kitchen. Heard a bit of rattling shortly after. I was a bit worried, knowing Crowin isn't always super reliable. But I was pleasantly surprised when he came back out and passed a warm mug into my hands.
Aww.
Crowin, you made this.
Yeah, it's nothing special. You just follow the instructions on the box. It's, hot chocolate. I found it way back in the pantry, and I know how much you love chocolate, so...
Oh, some bloke.
If somebody wants to pull up Tilly Bridges' Twitter thread on it, yes.
The Matrix.
Like, the entire Matrix series has many ties and allegories to sort of the trans experiences of its writer directors. But yes.
No worries.
Always happy to meet one of the lucky.
10,000? Is that what the reference is?
It, like, might be expired, though. I don't really know how that stuff works. The milk is still fresh, though, so I think it's fine.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, whatever. Like I said, it was nothing. Anything for you, Mares.
Before I knew it, the sun started to set outside. And so I trudged my way upstairs, getting ready for bed. I hoped I'd be able to sleep the whole night this time. But of course, it couldn't just be that simple. Even in my sick state, I still had to talk to, well, you know.
I know you want to message me.
Oh, you've beaten me to the punch.
You mentioned you were feeling unwell the other night. So please, give tonight a rest and go to bed.
I might actually listen to you for once.
Do take care if it gets too serious.
Quote unquote, brother. Am I going to save over literally every decision? Maybe. What? Let's... Damn it. Is this Stockholm Syndrome? Is this a really weird, fucked up version of Stockholm Syndrome that I'm like,
Well, We can be cordial to the kidnapper, at least.
Thank you for enabling me like this.
I will.
Please do. We worry about you. Good night, Mary.
So, like, I use the royal we sometimes, but that's just because we're a pretentious asshole.
But anyone else uses it, that's an eyebrow raise.
Wait, can I actually raise my eyebrows? 1 second.
Yeah. Still learning the ins and outs of this model.
It's been a few days. I'm feeling a lot better. So I'm glad I didn't catch anything too serious. But how sick I felt really got me wondering, especially with that coffin. There was something about it. I had to know more. Although it's too late for me to get to it now.
That's quitter talk, get a shovel.
But I was overcome with a desire to know what had been making me feel so strange about it. Even if I couldn't get to that coffin again, there was still a place I could go. I found myself back at that church. I felt uneasy walking in, but I didn't feel sick anymore.
You know what this spooky section of the game needs?
A long-haired pretty boy. The atmosphere...
Trying that one again.
The atmosphere in here was no longer heavy.
You thought the door creak was the cat? Does your cat usually sound like this? Do you need to grease your cat? That sounds incredibly weird. Forget I said that.
WD-40.
Now for cats.
Twitch.tv/cricket does not advocate
for greasing your cats. Anyway, spooky game, right?
At least, not as heavy as it had been before.
God, Spikey.
I still felt some sense of pressure. But it was nowhere near as bad as it had been. It didn't feel great to walk into a church and immediately feel like something was wrong. There had to be someone I could talk to in here. I walked through the halls. There were no services today, so there was nobody, really. I wandered about the long halls with their tall walls. Something about walking through a building like this, deafeningly silent, feeling a sense of pressure. Well, it didn't feel quite right. I'll forgive you this time, Spikey. Eventually, though, I made it to a room with someone in it. A priest standing at the far end. Getting closer, I recognized them as being the same from the funeral service. Maybe they could help me then. I lightly coughed as I approached closer to alert them of my presence. They looked up to speak to me.
May I help you?
Oh, yes, actually. I just, it's hard to explain, but, I don't know, I just need some help.
Help is here for you. What do you need help with?
Why do I only have one vaguely cryptic voice?
Well, I was here for a funeral service, not long ago. And when I was here, I started feeling not that great. Even now, I don't feel like I think I should. And Well, my life in general hasn't been taking the best of turns lately. I'm sorry. I'm sure this is really stupid, but I guess I'm wondering.
Thank you for clipping the eyebrow raise. Um
Just hand them. Just hand them a palm full of goop.
can you tell me anything about this? Um hmm. uh, I guess.
How much do we want to weird them out?
Uh,
This one doesn't feel particularly valid. This one feels a bit too vague.
so hey, I think a ghost might be making me sick. Anything you can do about that?
Is someone trying to contact me? Would you be able to know?
No. It's quite alright. Even if you feel confused now, I'm sure the light of your situation will reach you soon. God loves all their children very much so.
I was about to make a diversity win. God is non-binary joke, but I'm not sure how good of taste that is.
And that includes you.
Hey there, Ghost Bones. How are you doing? Roygate is very good, thank you.
So, there is no reason to worry. Unless, of course, you've done something wrong.
Yep. No matter how gender a priest is.
They're still gonna. What? No, of course not. I mean, I don't think I've done anything wrong.
Are you sure? Perhaps you should look over your actions. Sometimes it's easy for us to overlook all we have done wrong.
Diversity when we are all capable of sin. Honestly though?
Thank you.
No. Thank you. Just, I swear all the gift subs, Frank.
Also, I'll take you up on that, Quench.
Perhaps that is why God may be treating you in such a way. To remind you of what needs to be done.
I get the feeling this isn't the kind of punishment from a faith we like around here.
I see.
Gotta lurk? No worries, Ghost Bones. It's very good to see you.
Also, thank you for showing me the new trans witchy goop wife. Very, very good. Maybe there is something I can do better.
We can always do better. But do not fret, as I have said. God loves all children, and that includes you. Sometimes love may be tough, but the point will get across in the end.
Yes, you are correct.
Is there anything more you'd like to ask about?
I want to ask about.
Cool. These are fun types of questions.
What about heaven?
Do people always go to heaven when they die?
Not necessarily, but I'm sure you know that.
Right, let me rephrase it. Does everyone go somewhere when they die?
Certainly.
Right. I figured as much. I want to ask about...
Angels are, if you didn't know, a favored topic.
Angels?
People talk about guardian angels a lot. I have to wonder, are they real? Do they help me stray from harmful paths? Does everyone have one? Do I have one?
That depends. Do you believe that you do?
Is that me? Am I the metatextual guardian angel for Mary? Is that what we're getting here? Very much a vibe, Kulaf.
I'll send you what I'm referring to after stream, if you remind me to. What happens to people when they die? Like, exactly. If you know that. What's the process like?
Their soul departs from their body and travels someplace new. Where they end up depends on how they lived.
Do they know?
Know what?
When someone dies, do they know that they're dead?
Yes. I imagine they would know quite well.
I see.
Well, that's all the big questions we had for you.
Thank you for your assistance.
Of course. Please, do not feel scared. You coming here in itself proves me that you do not wish to be a bad person. I am sure God has a plan for you. Do not stress about the outcome. It is in their hands now.
Yes, new Apex character. I see. Thank you. Thank you very much. I exited the church shortly after. I wasn't quite sure how to feel. I didn't quite feel like I got the answers I was looking for. Pressure began to lift off my shoulders once again once I was out the doors, but I still just couldn't shake the feeling of there being something more to all this. Something I was missing. I decided to head to the library. Maybe I could look at some books. Not necessarily about religion, but maybe stuff about omens or signs. Because if there really was a sign, I didn't want to miss it. So I made my way to the library as briskly as I could. And started taking out book after book to see what might help me with all this.
We admiring what chats in chat? Yes.
Yes, good. I was sure that I'd be able to find at least something. Even something small is better than nothing. I picked up a few books and sat myself down in a corner to read them. I must say, though, I couldn't really understand most of it. I tried very hard, too, but lots of it just didn't make sense to me. Still, though, I didn't want to leave without finding something out. Surely one of these books had to help me. Boop.
She's so good at thinking. We're so proud of her.
I guess if we're looking for signs, then an omen foretells the future, in a way. Perceived events of a good or horrible nature. Omen itself may even seem like the good or terrible thing that is to occur. Perhaps the most cruel part of a bad omen is that it can lead to something even more horrific. There may even be multiple instances of bad omens leading up to the terrible event. Be aware of the omens in your life. Protect yourself. You may not be able to stop whatever is coming, but you can always prepare yourself for it. Should I be preparing? I don't know what I would prepare for, though. Or how I would even start. All the weird stuff that's been happening isn't any kind of omen.
Oh. Well, I guess we just get to have a fun learning adventure for a bit.
Luck is a tricky thing.
What does it mean when you say someone is lucky? Everyone always assumes it means good luck, but can it mean bad luck too? Everyone always assumes that unlucky means you have bad luck, but maybe unlucky just means you have no luck. Perhaps it's better if you are someone who is unlucky. Maybe no luck is better than having any luck at all. So in the nicest way, I hope your luck runs out.
I like that, actually.
Oh,
Pull up's taken off. Thank you. Thank you very much for stopping by. Enjoy your call. And it's very nice to see you. Yeah.
very, very good to see you. Okay, take care.
Quizzes.
Curse is a terrible thing. Its purpose is always to inflict harm. Many people who are under curses are probably but that's another
Quench from Cool Up, thank you.
I will need to refill that water glass sometime soon. Many people who are under curses are probably not even aware of the fact that they are. Perhaps they just think they're struck with some bad luck. Thankfully, there are ways to reverse a curse, but you may have to try many times in many ways before it's broken. When it is, you may not be sure that anything has happened at all. But it's always better to live without a curse. The book proceeds to list different types of curses and possible solutions for them. I don't think I have a curse.
Is this
a very, very subtle way of saying that the path to the true ending is
obtuse and just you just keep trying?
Someone had to inflict a curse on you for it to even work, right? Is
that a good ask?
Or is that a bad ask? I don't think I know anyone who would want to do that. I hope no one would want to do that.
Wishes.
What is it that you wish? Is it a desire?
You'd think that speaking in my normal voice would make it easier to say words.
Perhaps it's even a need. People wish for many things. Every day, all the time, whether it's out of want or out of necessity. Do you truly believe a wish can come true no matter how nonsensical it seems? They say there are many ways for a wish to come true. Many wish on shooting stars, or the first star they see come nightfall. Many wish upon dandelions or by blowing out the candles on a birthday cake. But make no mistake, a wish is best burned. Burned? A burned wish is bound to come true. At the very least, it has the closest chance. The next time you must wish, try burning it. The results may not be what you imagined, but they're almost sure to come true. The burned wish. The manga that had that weird writing in it. Oh, this started happening after I burned that book. Maybe whoever left that there left stuff in other books. I put the book down and rushed quietly to the manga shelf. Burned wish comes true? I wonder, was it someone's wish that I burned? Or maybe I set off a curse in its place. If I burned it, did that wish count for me, too? I eventually made it to the shelf I was looking for. Mostly all the set was here. Maybe whoever wrote in that book wrote more in the rest? I took out a book and hurriedly skimmed through the pages. I didn't even care about the spoilers I might get by doing so. When that book had nothing in it, I tried another, and then another, and then one of the books fell off the shelf. It surprised me, just a bit, and it sounded especially loud in the quiet library. As I went to squat down and pick it up, I noticed it had opened itself. On the page was a cemetery of all things, but even stranger, there was a slip of paper that had found its way into the book as well. Was this left by the same person who had left such a mess in the other book? I picked it up and began to read the note that was left.
Yeah, it's just a totally normal,
Totally normal receipt bookmark. It's better than dog earing a library book. People are never gone forever. I promise you this statement is true. There's no such thing as a departed soul, not anymore. I will not regret this decision, but I must live knowing the truth of it. Not because no one will listen, but because it will leave me lonely for a long, long time. That's okay. It doesn't really feel lonely, even when it does. In fact, it's kind of fun. I wonder how much I'll be able to see before it's over. That is, if you ever intended for this to have an ending to begin with. Makes me wonder how many variations I will see. Say, if you are reading this, and I know you are, why don't you tell me? I'd love to hear your side. The note ended there. I'm not entirely sure what it means. I couldn't really understand any of it. I'm sure I'm missing a whole story behind it, but whoever wrote it, I hope you know that, I'm listening, and I hope you won't be lonely for long, because nobody should ever have to be lonely. I left the library after that. It couldn't be a coincidence the manga just happened to open to a page with a cemetery on it, so I decided I would check there for anything new or suspicious. Any kind of sign. I spent a while there, going down the rows, inspecting each grave. Something new, something different. A letter that changed or a color that shifted. Anything. And then I happened upon it. In the way back of the cemetery, right before the iron fence, where the cemetery ends and the forest begins, there was a new grave here. A grave I'd never seen before. And I would know, because I've seen them all. It had a strange writing on it, unlike any language I'd ever seen before. Was it a code? But why would someone have coding on their grave? There was something weird about it, and the closer I got to inspect it, I began to feel nauseous. Just like at the church, at the funeral. It made me feel dizzy, just a little bit. It was as if a strange pressure was emanating from it. That was still the best word I could use to describe it. Just pressure. I really didn't want to get sick again, but this headstone, it was so curious. It had to be related to the rest of all this. It had to be. I wanted to inspect it more, but by that point I'd been out all day. I knew the cemetery would be closing soon, and I couldn't stay for long. Not to mention I was very tired. I'd been running around all day, and it was finally starting to catch up to me. This weird headstone starting to make me feel dizzy again didn't help any either. I decided that I would head home and try to make sense of it all tomorrow. After all, it's not like a grave would be going anywhere. So I packed up and headed home. Probably do me good to get some rest. My head was spinning with so many strange concepts after all. I followed my usual routine, the one I always follow when I get home, and, well, you already know what comes next. I know I usually try to ask you things, but I had a long day, so I'll probably go to bed soon.
Ricardo would ask if this grave sparks joy and then tell you to toss it out.
Besides, it isn't like you'll just suddenly decide to open up about anything, right?
I'm afraid not.
That's what I figured. If I could ask anyways, just really quickly,
Yes.
um, I mean, I assume that we're going to get the same answer to our parents still being okay. So,
I don't know, I guess we're thinking about omens.
are you still coming to get me?
I think you already know the answer to that.
Is it soon?
Good night, Mary.
Yeah.
The following morning, I'd been digging through the fireplace. I'd hoped that, well, maybe the manga I burned by accident could help provide me more insight. Even if it was set on fire, there was still a chance there'd be at least some salvageable parts, right? Please, just something. I'll take anything. It's worthless. It's all burned up. Even when I try to pick up a tiny scrap that could be something, it just turns to ash in my hands. Guess I won't be getting any more use from that book. Just then, Crovin stepped in. He was about to walk past me before I called out to him. Crovin,
Yeah,
where are you going?
I'm going out.
That isn't exactly an answer.
It is.
Is it important again?
Yeah. Who wants to know?
Sorry, I just wanted to ask if you might help me with this. Since you're going out anyways, maybe we could...
Maybe when I get home. This is something I have to do by myself.
When will you be home?
Later.
Crovin walked out the door shortly after that. He still didn't tell me where he was going. I was about to leave the house myself, but if I go out now, it might look like I was following him again or something. I didn't want to upset him. I figured I'd just stay here and play with the soot a while.
That is the saddest sentence in this game so far.
But then... my phone went off. I checked the notification. It's a message from Reginald.
Hey, I almost forgot we were on his route.
Talk about perfect timing.
God damn it.
Mary, Mary, quite contrary. That does not look as cool as I thought it did in my head. My sincerest apologies. I'm sorry, I wanted to ask. Are you not here today?
Huh? Am I not where?
The cemetery, of course. It is a bit cloudy today, but I figured you might want to be here before any rain started.
Oh, you're there right now.
Indeed I am. No real reason for it, I was just passing by. I thought I might see you if I stopped in, though I suppose not today.
Oh. Yeah, making a dumb joke and then immediately backtracking is... oof. Felt that.
That's okay.
Well, actually, I was going to head into town pretty soon and visit the cemetery myself. I just wanted to check on some things there, that's all. There's been a lot of stuff happening that I'm trying to organize.
Oh, I'll just wait for you here then.
What? Don't be silly. Even if I leave right now, it'll still be a while before I actually make it there.
I don't mind waiting.
I mean, are you sure? Don't you have something better to do? Oh, that sounds really rude over text. I'm sorry.
No worries. I think I'll still be here a while. Maybe I'll be here when you come on down. I guess we'll see.
Well, alright then. I'll leave in a few. I guess I'll maybe see you there.
I guess you maybe will.
Tidied myself up, made sure I had everything, and then walked out from the cabin, waiting for the next bus into town. I am going to use the scene transition to take a quick break, just a minute or two, while I refill some water. So,
Entertain each other and bear with the silence for just a second. Okay. Okay, when I said to entertain yourself, this isn't exactly what I expected, but I'll take it.
Thank you for the quench, by the way.
I am back.
I didn't want to leave you waiting for too long. Cool, good. I wondered on the way there if Reginald really would still be waiting for me once I made it. I mean, I suppose I had no reason to doubt it. I just don't understand why you would want to wait for me. Surely there are better ways he could be spending his time. Especially if he's got a day off today. But maybe, if he is free, maybe he'd be willing to help me figure this out. The bus skidded to a stop at its usual station. I hopped off and walked in the direction of the cemetery. And before I knew it, I was walking past the familiar metal bars that led up to the cemetery gates. As I looked past them into the cemetery, I noticed a familiar man with his long caramel... I always feel weird about saying that word out loud. I'm just gonna say caramel hair, coming out to greet me. Oh, you're actually still here?
Indeed I am. I told you I'd wait for you, didn't I?
I mean, yeah, but I don't know. I'm just a bit surprised you're actually still here. I mean, I know I find the cemetery exciting, but I don't think many others share that same sentiment.
Are we gonna do this? Let's have a
good pronunciation off. Go for it. They both, it just depends on what I'm really doing.
that is exactly where I'm at, but
Maybe I should have presented a third option of
just panicking and whatever happens to fly out of your face at the time.
but I don't think many others share that same sentiment. Weren't you bored out here by yourself?
Not at all. In fact, I think I've grown even fonder of it.
Really?
If I'm being completely honest, well, I think I've even been visiting it more because of you.
Huh?
It's hard to explain. But even when you're not here, it still feels like you are, in a way. Like, all the care you put into it, it really shows. But don't take that the wrong way. Even if the cemetery always gave off your vibe, I think I would much prefer the real deal. I simply like being reminded of you here.
You like the cemetery because it reminds you of me?
Indeedly so.
What a dork. Oh no, next we're gonna debate pecan versus pecan.
I hope that isn't a strange thing to say.
No, it's really nice, actually. I've never heard anyone say something like,
I don't know what voice to do for this.
Mary! I heard a familiar voice shout my name. It did not sound happy. Turned around to be greeted by...
Oh! Why does this go so hard? Time to remember what I gave Twyla for a voice. Twine brows! Yes, excellent.
Twyla? I hadn't heard from her in a while. Yet despite this, she looked like she was fuming. Is this the reason you've fucking been ignoring me? Ignoring you? I sent you at least 4 messages this past week asking you to help me, including this morning. Not one response back. Did you? I'm really sorry, my phone... My phone must have glitched or something. Can it? As if I'd never heard that excuse before. I wasn't sure what to say. I didn't know what was going on. You know what, Mary? Fuck off. I thought you actually wanted to help me. Guess I shouldn't expect to rely on anyone in this piece of shit city. Huh? What are you talking about? Shut up! Stop playing dumb.
This feels like a strong reaction for someone that you've spoken with once. Just a pufferfish on her? No. What's the best way to defuse? I feel like I'm not playing. I just am dumb.
What are you talking about? Is that all you know how to say? I told you to stop playing stupid. You think I'm gonna fall for that act again, and you've got another thing coming. Can't believe this shit. If you're gonna blow off helping people just to play around with some boy toy, then at least be honest about it.
What?
Despite how I may appear, I'm not a mean person, Mary. But if there's one thing I hate more than anything else, it's being disrespected. God, I just really, really hate flimsy, airheaded idiots like you. Here's hoping your precious little cemetery grows enough to fill the space in that empty head of yours.
Christ, lady! Fine, I'll do your route next time. Jeez. Say this every time, so you have to say it again. He's not just any boy toy, he's your favorite boy toy. Just get him a mug with #1 boy toy. God. Wavelengths.
I ran off after that. I didn't know what else to do. Reginald called out after me, but I just kept running. I didn't want him to see me like this. I was so embarrassed. I wasn't even sure where I was going. Just anywhere away from here. I couldn't stand there a second longer. So I'd run until it seemed like I was far enough away. Eventually, I turned into a small alley. I tucked myself behind a trash can so that no one could see me. And I just kept crying there. Thanks to Twyla said. I never even got any messages from her. I had no idea what she was talking about. But she wouldn't listen. Maybe it is my fault. I told her I would help her, and yet I never even reached out to her. Maybe she's right. What have I been doing this whole time? I started getting so wrapped up in all this other stuff that Before I could think about it much longer, I heard my phone going off. Reginald's calling. I didn't pick up. The second it stopped ringing, I received a text message from him.
Are you alright? Where'd you run off to?
This feels like the most straightforward option.
I don't want to talk about it.
Why is that?
By telling you, I'd be talking about it.
Fair point. But still, is it my fault that she got mad at you?
I mean, if it's anyone's fault, it's Chad's. Nah.
It's not about you. It was my fault.
It doesn't seem to be that way from the way she was talking. It sounded like I was an issue too.
Please don't worry about it.
I am worried. Regardless of what the situation was, I don't see any good reason for Twyla to yell at you like that.
You know her?
Or did we use her name in the conversation?
You know Twyla?
I do actually. A small world, isn't it? I used to see her at the library quite a lot. Not so much anymore. When I did see her, though, I will admit she wasn't always the most sociable. Although I'm upset to see how upset she got with you, I must admit that I'm not
Let me retry that inflection.
Although I'm upset to see how upset she got with you, I must admit that I'm not surprised.
And you've seen her get angry before.
Not out loud, if that makes sense. But, well, you could always tell with her. Very easily annoyed, I would say. She was polite, yes, but, well, you could always see it in her eyes. So, please don't take the things she said personally. I'm sure she was just looking for an excuse to yell at somebody. And you just happened to be there.
I still feel a little bad about it. I know Frank is poking fun at, like,
We barely know this person. We didn't even get her text messages.
but I'm still like, but what if I want the owl lady to like me?
But I still messed up. So I can understand why she got mad. I think I would be mad at me too.
Would you?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't like getting mad. And I try not to do it often, unless it's like something important, I guess. I don't know. But that's not the point. I think she's valid to be upset with me.
But does that mean you deserve to get yelled at off? But does that mean you deserve to be yelled at also? Because I don't think it does.
I mean, well, I don't know. Thanks for thinking otherwise, I guess.
Think I should apologize to her? Just leading into the pushover Mary route.
Why should you have to apologize? She was the one who was needlessly cruel to you.
But I feel bad. I made her mad at me.
Mary, don't apologize. I know her. Maybe not super well, but still. I will try talking to her later. I'll get her to apologize to you.
Oh, please don't. She'll probably just be even more upset.
It's nothing I can't handle. Please, do not worry. Everything is under control. I'll be sure that she is sorry.
That is fucking scary way to phrase it, Reggie.
Text kind of slowed to a halt. And then before I knew it, I felt a droplet hit my head. Then another. And another. And it started to rain. Well, I guess I wasn't staying here anymore. It's well enough. At this point, I really wanted to go home. So I did. And I hoped I wouldn't have to remember today, tomorrow.
That was a weird inflection.
I would hope I wouldn't have to remember today, tomorrow.
Please don't. I still like the owl lady.
You haven't left yet, right? Hello? Are you there?
In here. Sorry.
You responded a bit late.
Just Reggie. Please.
out in the rain?
No, not close enough for that. We always talk about me. How was your day?
Could have been better.
In that case, you should sleep. It's the fastest way to have the day finally be over.
I guess so.
Good night, Mary.
We got a chewing animation. Hell yeah. The budget has gone through the roof.
I woke up feeling a lot better the next morning.
Hell yeah, cereal.
The things Twyla said to me still itched at me, but I tried not to think about it too much. There's only so much I could be doing, right? I just tried to not think about anything right now. I just wanted to enjoy my breakfast first, check in my phone and think about what I'd do that day. I never got the chance to try and inspect that grave the other day like I planned. Maybe I'll do that. Ah, I received a text message. It was Reginald again.
Good morning, Mary. I hope you're feeling better today.
Yeah, I guess a little.
That's good to hear then. Say, I'm not busy today either. If you've still got those errands you needed to do, I can help today.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, I'd poke fun at Mary for not being aware how Reginald seems to feel about us, but
took me a while to figure that out too. So,
are you sure it's alright?
Why wouldn't it be? I don't have anything better to be doing anyways.
What about your job?
Don't worry about that. I know how to manage my time.
Alright. I'm just finishing breakfast, but I guess you can meet me at the cemetery again, if you really want to.
Sounds good. I'll see you there.
I made plans to meet with Reginald at the cemetery. Again. I didn't feel all that confident as I left, but, well, whatever. Whatever. It's not like what happened yesterday would happen all over again, right? So I went. And I'd say it was like I was having deja vu, but I did experience this scene before.
There you are.
Yep, here we are again.
Are you alright? You seem nervous.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm fine. I'm gonna keep moving forward. Besides, once we start looking around, I'll be too focused to worry. Hey, speaking of, do you know, like, other languages?
Why do you ask?
Follow me, I'll show you. It's what I've been busy with. I led Reginald through the cemetery, winding my way back to where I found that mysterious grave. Brought him over, to that tree, to that area, right near the edge of the fence. But... Huh?
Oh dear me. How upsetting.
what happened? I don't understand.
Perhaps it was lightning. We did have that storm the other night.
That can't be. I never heard any thunder or anything like that.
Mary.
I ducked to the side of the grave. It couldn't really be broken. It couldn't. Oh, you poor soul. I'll fix this for you. Somehow. I didn't even know their name.
You didn't know his name? I thought you knew the names of everyone in this place.
I do. It's just that this headstone, the language that was on it, I couldn't understand it. And I think whoever it was might have been trying to tell me something.
Mary, I'm sorry, but... Well, it's just... That all seems a little silly, doesn't it? Especially if they had to die before they could send that message to you.
But it wasn't just this. There's more to it. There was also... Come with me.
Mary?
I grabbed Reginald's hand and began to hurry to the library. I felt as if I couldn't run fast enough, especially with how he kept trying to slow me down.
What's all this about?
I'll explain more once we get there. He kept following me, and I kept leading. I had to show him what I was talking about so he could understand how big of a problem this was. We entered the library, and I quickly but quietly guided him over to the manga section. But...
Huh? Mary? Is everything going all right? What did you want to show me over here?
Stupid, stupid, stupid! Ah! Why am I always such an idiot?
Reginald began to coyly look at his phone while I berated myself in front of the empty shelf. How could I have been so careless? I should have checked out all the books for safekeeping. Now every one of them was gone. They could be in a garbage truck or being shipped somewhere else. Somewhere far, far away right now, for all I know. Stupid, stupid, so stupid of me.
Mary?
Huh?
I've got to go.
Huh? You're leaving. I thought you were going to help me today.
Yes, but, well, there's something I have to attend to.
Huh? But you said you weren't going to be busy today, right?
I know, but something came up and, well... Are you alright?
Why are you looking at me like that?
Looking at you like what?
Like you think I'm weird?
What? You know I don't think that.
You think I'm crazy. You think I'm just a creepy ghost girl, right? The ghost girl at the cemetery who talks to herself because she's crazy. That's what you're thinking, right?
Mary, I promise I'm...
No. It's fine. I also have somewhere I've got to be. I've gotta go.
Mary, please don't do this again. I promise I'm not...
I was out the door before he could finish. Though I was sure it wouldn't have been long before a librarian shushed him anyways. Skipped all the silly stuff this time. No alleys, no losing track of where I've been. I just hopped on the first bus back home. Heard my phone buzz all along the way back, but I didn't look at it. I couldn't. I knew Reginald was gonna try to be nice about things. That's just the way he is. But I just couldn't look right now. I didn't want to look at anyone. I didn't want to be around anyone. Too bad I was stuck with myself. I filled the rest of my day with distractions, allowing it to just pass me by. I didn't want to think about it. I dust until my arms hurt. I prepare dinner hours in advance. Because if my mind was preoccupied, I wouldn't have to listen to myself think.
How dare you punch me in the face like this?
So I filled up the rest of the hours with any distraction I could find. And then, one last distraction before bed. Why me?
I'm having trouble understanding what you mean.
Maybe we've distracted ourselves well enough that we aren't
Still so
deep in the self-deprecation, right?
Why did you choose to come after me?
It wasn't as simple as being a choice. As hard as that may be to understand. But truth be told, even if it was, I think I would still choose to do this for you.
I don't understand. I don't even know you.
Don't worry. That's all going to change soon. I promise. Good night, Mary.
I didn't sleep well that night. Everything just started to feel bad. Is it all just in my head? Am I just losing my mind? What am I even doing? It's not like anything I do will help Mom and Dad come back. So, what's the point? Why am I trying so hard? I woke up in the morning, followed my routine of washing up and putting on some fresh clothes. Picked up my phone, and the second I did, it was Perfect timing, apparently. Lost in my hand the second I held it. Text message from Reginald.
Good morning, Mary. I don't know when you'll be awake, but I wanted to apologize for the other day. When I said I had to leave, it wasn't to get out of spending time with you or anything like that, I promise. But it was rude of me to do that. I promised to spend the day with you, didn't I? It was wrong of me to have left.
Reginald.
The developer commentary makes me feel like we're probably on the right route, huh? Oh, hello. Welcome, to Spooky. Thank you very much for the raid.
To those of you who are coming in with Spooky,
Hello.
I am Cricket, just your perfectly average changeling VTuber, and we are playing Cemetery Mary, which is a cute little, well, I say cute, but
We're kind of going through the feelings right now.
a horror visual novel. So, given that it is horror, I am going to throw up our content warning command.
There's a lot of there's a lot of stalking and kidnapping sort of core to the plot, so like,
if you're sensitive to anything, feel free to dip out. But
I hope your stream was well, Spooky.
also, I am going to one more time. So when I said this was a little visual novel, it has a development team of pretty much one person. Yeah.
Well, Frank beat me to it.
But Arcade Kitten is actually here with us in chat and has been hanging out. So definitely recommend her stuff. It's all a delightful blend of sentimental and cute and spooky. So not spooky who just rated, but like spooky like horror. But
Yeah. That's so nice to hear. I really appreciate you spending so much time with this weird little VTuber playing one of your games.
Spooky was playing Life is Strange Remastered. I have played very little Life is Strange. So
I hope it's good. Oh no. Oh no, she's being nice to me. Help.
Life is Strange. The same dev team made Tell Me Why, right? Which is one that I like have waiting in my library. As soon as I steel my nerves to cry a lot. Yeah, I saw a friend play through just the first part of it and immediately went, oh, I need to get my feelings torn out. So I'm gonna play this on my own. And
I will eventually.
But
Yeah.
I hope Life is Strange is treating you well.
Jokes on you, I never stop crying. Look, that's
a little of a mood too. I guess just as an update on where we are in the story here. So we are a girl named Mary. We are incredibly goth and a little bit weird. Hang out in the cemetery, crash funerals. We've been having a little bit of a time recently. Things have not been going super great. We've been feeling sick at weird times, and a girl we've barely talked to was mad at us the other day, and we're trying to find out more information about like these messages that we're getting, and it seems like clues are being stolen away from us. So it's kind of a rough time. I am doing well. This has been a very, very fun stream. I really like doing little indie games, and
Doing my weird little voice is always fun, so.
Life is Strange is one of your comfort games.
Ah,
Thank you.
Frank, please. Frank, please. I mean, thank you. And congratulations to Spooky for becoming perfectly average, but, Frank, please.
Let's see.
So,
We affectionately call Frank the final boss of Twitch because
he just keeps doing this. We cannot stop him. We have tried.
what was the last thing that was said? He was apologizing for leaving. Right.
Frank's pretty great. I guess we can apologize back.
We did cause a little bit of a scene.
So,
Sorry I ran out like that. That was inappropriate. I just didn't know how else to react. And sorry. It was really embarrassing.
There's no need to apologize. I was the one who was being an ass.
Reginald, you know, I'm not mad that you had to leave. I just panicked, and I don't know why.
You may not be bad, but I am. At myself, that is. Not at you, of course not. I'd never be mad at you. Anyways, I wanted to apologize for yesterday. I never meant to make you feel bad. I still feel awful about it. That's why I want to make it up to you.
Oh, you don't have to do that.
I want to. I think it'll help me feel better if I do.
careful, Reggie, the mask almost slipped. Lord.
Will you be free tonight?
Oh, yeah, I guess. Not like I ever really have plans anyways.
Spooky. Thank you. Sometimes I
vibrate my vocal cords and I see what comes out.
and I'm glad that some people like them.
Lovely. Come to dinner with me, won't you? I'll pay and everything, my treat.
Shush! Shush, we're playing a spooky sentimental game. No embarrassing me. Not in front of the dev. Come on.
Oh, Reginald, it's really not necessary.
Please? It'll make me feel a lot better. And you can tell me all about the stuff from yesterday that I never gave you the chance to explain.
Well, if you're sure,
Of course I am.
where should we go then?
I know just the place.
Reginald told me about a place he thought I would really enjoy. I admit I'd never heard of it, but I was willing to try anything, I suppose. Though, I always feel a little bad whenever I go out to eat somewhere. It always feels like I'm cheating on the diner in a way. Well, time passed.
What? That is incredibly high praise, some bloke. Eh. I'm glad to inspire.
I did all my usual things. Cleaned a bit, walked around the cemetery. It was hard to do anything of importance. I was so preoccupied thinking of going out to eat tonight. Almost made me wish I could make time pass just a little bit quicker. And then, evening began to roll around. So I made my way to where Reginald said the place was located. I was still feeling a little lost. till I saw him standing outside.
Let the girl be happy.
This wasn't the place I remembered him saying he'd be at. Or is it? Well, I mean, it must be if he's standing here, right? It looks like he's on his phone, but that's probably because he was passing the time waiting for me. And seeing as I was already a bit late as it is, I wasted no time in going to greet him. Reginald! Yoo-hoo!
Went a little bit Mario there.
I waved over him, and then made my way over. I saw him jump a bit at my yell, then he met me halfway.
Mary, what are you doing here?
What do you mean?
You told me to meet you here, right?
Yes, that's right, but... I mean, they might be too full for us, actually. I was actually about to text you and see if you wanted to go someplace else. I didn't want to keep you waiting.
Oh? But we're already here. I don't mind waiting, you know? And I feel bad if you have to drive us someplace new.
Oh, but I'd absolutely hate to make you wait.
Really, it isn't a big deal.
God, I've had so many conversations like this,
Where both sides are just...
trying to defer to the other's interests, or what they think the other's interests are, and you just go nowhere. God.
Well, I suppose if you insist we could try.
Hello from Goo and Elvie. It's very, very good to hear from you, and congratulations again, Goo. And Elvie too.
Am I allowed to tell the rest of my gays what's gone on for Goo? Reginald held the door open for me. I thanked him and walked inside. Although the place was pretty full, there actually wasn't any wait time for us. We were seated immediately.
Yes? Okay, yeah.
So, Goo has been a great friend through my time VTubing. But yeah, she recently traveled across the country to see her then boyfriend Elvie, now fiance, because he proposed while she was there. It was very sweet, and I'm very happy for them. Everyone give the congratulations.
Yeah.
Very, very, very excited for both of you.
And I hope your I hope your trip has been going just great. Eh.
I figured as much. There was only two of us after all. We sat at a table in the middle of the dining room. Funny enough, as I took my seat, I began to wonder, what kind of food do they even serve here anyways?
It's going great. Yay!
It's very, very good to hear, and it's very, very good to hear from you. Thanks again for inviting me here. It was really sweet of you. I really, really appreciate it.
Of course. It was the least I could do.
You know, it's kind of nice being able to eat out at other places.
I wouldn't think it's the Black Goop restaurant, but
I'm so used to my mom's stuff.
Oh, that's right. You lived in that diner by the cemetery, yes?
Yeah, there was never really anything to go out to eat. There was never really any need to go out to eat. I always just used to eat at the diner because it was so convenient, you know?
Juicebox! Hi there, welcome back. Mary has been having a little bit of a rough time, but we're on a sweet dinner date now, so it's probably fine. Black Goop. Oh no.
It's not like we ever ran out of food. So,
what is the most normal option?
I mean, I guess what
What drew Reginald to us wasn't our normality, but also,
I need to be normal here.
what made you choose this place, I guess?
Oh, well, it wasn't my first choice, honestly. But I thought you might like it.
it is pretty nice in here.
I suppose so.
It's the definition of normal. This
feels like a trap.
that I have stumbled into myself. Running normalperson.exe and using all your RAM.
I suppose so. Though I think the thing that makes it the most nice is the fact that you're here.
You think so?
Of course I do. Anyways, I've been meaning to ask you for a while but couldn't find the right time. How long have you lived here anyways? In our city, I mean.
These all seem to be the same answer. But there's still a part of me that's like, staring at them like, which one gets me the good ending? All my life, I guess.
Really?
Yeah, my family moved here right before I was born. I can't remember a time I wasn't living in the city. It feels a bit silly sometimes, though. To have lived here all my life, and yet there's so much of this place I haven't even seen yet.
That's a mood, though. It took me moving away from my city and then moving back into it.
To actually start to get to know it and, like, get involved with the culture. Have you lived here long?
Well, I haven't spent my whole life here, but I would say that I've lived here longer than anywhere else.
Isn't that so funny, though? That we both lived here for a while and we only met, like, a month or two ago.
Yes. That is quite funny, isn't it? I would have guessed that one day we'd be sitting in this restaurant together.
Ah, hey, speaking of that, is anyone gonna come bring us a menu? I know it's a bit busy in here, but
Yes, I'm sure someone will come soon.
oh. Suddenly, it was as if Reginald's whole demeanor changed.
Not the shifty eyes. Not the shifty eyes. I mean,
You're not wrong, Darth. I didn't know how to explain it, but he seemed more clammy and nervous.
Juicebox is going to be grinding in content.
I'll be sure not to abuse this power juice box.
Oh, yeah, it it is a little bit late.
Usually,
Usually I would
stop streaming at like the 2 hour mark, but
I guess time estimates for VNs tend to go out the window when you're voice acting them and chatting with people.
so not to spoil anything, but does anyone happen to know like how close we are to Anne ending?
Yes, obviously this is all your fault, Rose. Love to get a message that's just okay, so I guess if there's anyone to ask.
I would be more than happy to have a few more streams of this, but also I
Don't want to like start next week and then I play for like 15 seconds and then it's done. I'm glad this came through. Thank you for the quench.
thank you for the quench. Also,
the rest of this scene, another scene, and then another scene, and then we get to a sleepover scene, which is apparently a thing, and then the endings are their own scenes. So that that definitely sounds like enough content. So I might get through the end of this scene and then call it for the night. But we would we'll definitely be playing more of this next week in that case. Because oh yeah, Frank has been way too generous tonight. Oh, that's incredibly sweet of you. Thank you so much. I guess I should probably say the thing. Welcome to my gaze arcade, kitten, and I hope you enjoy gazing long into the abyss with us. We could start a second route. There is an owl woman. But for now, let us continue with the scene, get to a stopping point, and then we will and then we'll take off. Do you want to talk about work, Mr. Clammy?
It's fine. The same old, same old.
I see. Are you okay?
Yes, of course. Why wouldn't I be?
Sorry.
Actually, I'm sorry. Would you excuse me for a moment? It'll be very quick, I promise. I just need to step outside for a moment.
Yeah, of course, go ahead.
Thank you.
Reginald got up in a hurry and made his way towards the front. Why was he acting like this all of a sudden? Maybe he needed a smoke. I know a few people would get a bit antsy if they hadn't had a cigarette in a while. Like Crovin, for example, but
also, this poor girl, that is her first assumption.
But Reginald never seemed like a smoker to me. It's been a while. Or has it been? Maybe I'm just overthinking how much time has passed since I'm sitting here by myself. People are starting to stare.
God. I cannot stop you.
They look away quickly, but I can see them. It's fine. Nothing I'm not used to. Where is Reginald, though? I was going to talk to him about the stuff I found, but no, it's fine. He's probably not interested in that stuff anyways.
No, baby, please don't minimize yourself.
But I am concerned about what's taking him so long. Unless, maybe he... Would he? Maybe I should leave. I was about to collect my things and stand up out of my chair when... I whipped my head around to see what caused the noise, as did everyone else. In that 1 second, there was already a crowd of people forming around one booth. I joined them. I couldn't see what the matter was until a few people moved in just the right way to let me in. Though, maybe it was better if they didn't.
Christ!
A man was laying on the floor, shattered wine glass and spilled wine beside him. He had a familiar-looking liquid dripping out of his mouth. Definitely wasn't wine.
What happened? Is he okay? He's fine. He's okay. He just drank too much, that's all.
But what about the black stuff?
Huh? Black stuff? Where? Who said that? Did he get a bruise?
Couldn't they see it, leaking out of his mouth? People continued to cause a commotion.
Just black goop. God damn it.
I could hear the staff of the woman he was sitting with try to explain to everyone what happened. Then he must have just drank too much and they shouldn't panic. But how could that possibly be the case? Was this the killer too? Were they here? Were they still here? Reginald went outside and didn't come back in. Did something happen to him? Did someone get to him? Is he in trouble? All that time I was sitting and waiting for him. What if he was in danger? What if something happened to him? Why didn't I check on him sooner? I have to go out there. I have to make sure he's okay. I have to make sure they didn't get... Reginald!
Hello?
I sighed in relief. Reginald just looked at me confused. Put myself back together before speaking to him again.
Reginald.
Here after all.
Yes, I apologize for leaving you earlier. I had to take an important call and, well...
No, it's fine. I'm just happy you're okay.
Uh-huh. Why wouldn't I be?
Well... Someone inside... They, collapsed.
What?
I don't know. I didn't see it happen, but they just... fell on the floor, I guess? They're trying to say he just drank too much, but it doesn't look that way to me.
Why didn't you tell me earlier? We should leave, because that's... I'm so sorry.
No, don't be sorry.
I love that like a third of their dialogue is apologizing to each other and saying that the other person shouldn't apologize. It's relatable. I'm not even being sarcastic. I have this conversation with so many people all of the time.
It's alright.
It's a mood.
Reginald grabbed me by the hand and led me to his car. It was parked out on the sidewalk.
On the sidewalk? Excuse you, sir.
A bit of a ways away, so he didn't want to lose me in the dark. Especially not after what had just transpired.
Oh, it was a siren, not a fucking laser gun. Look at Mary to be like, I'm sorry, I should let you say your vows first. Oh no. You know, like, as the developer, does that just become canon? Like, does that just become canon?
Just like inherently. Just a curse that anything you say
Hey, becomes becomes reality.
As we pulled away from the sidewalk, I could hear the sirens of an ambulance from behind us. And as I looked in the rearview mirror, I could see their flashing lights as they pulled into the restaurant parking lot. Reginald said he wanted to take me home. After what happened there, he said he wouldn't really feel all that comfortable eating at anywhere else nearby. And, well, it's not like I could blame him. He told me he could drop me off at my house, but I declined. I told him to just drop me off at the bus stop. He didn't argue with me. He dropped me off at the bus stop, and I noticed as he parked across the street. I wasn't exactly sure why until I received a text message.
I just want to make sure you get on safely.
That was nice. The bus came, as it always does. I got on, and soon I was heading home once again. I hoped everything would be okay. I really did, even if some people believe that I hoped for the opposite. Did you go out to eat tonight?
What do you mean?
Something happened at a restaurant near me. Was it you?
No.
How can I be so sure I can trust that? I don't even know you.
Have you made it your choice to trust me?
I hate it when you say things like that.
This is probably just gonna make them say something cryptic about how
Things will be normal again soon. Wahaha.
this one probably isn't gonna get me a straight answer.
Like, it's on us for
for continuing to talk to our parents' kidnapper, but like, come on, you gotta give us something, friend.
How can I trust someone like you? You don't even tell me anything about yourself. I don't even get a name. And I'm just supposed to trust you blindly? How can I? I don't even know you. Why couldn't you just leave us alone? Please just leave us alone.
I am sorry if I've given the impression that I'm trying to make you miserable. I promise you that I am not. And I promise it all has a reason. I hope I can prove that to you soon. Good night, Mary.
Good night.
Thank you.
Ugh. I can't sleep. What time is it anyways? I don't know what to do. It's so late and everything's so... Ugh. All I want to do is sleep. Every time I do it feels like I'm just waking up half an hour later.
Also, was this a scene transition? Am I getting pulled into more dramatic times?
This will be a new scene? Okay.
Maybe we will save it for here. With our slightly squashed Mary. Congratulations to the scene for their transition. Very proud of them. But yeah, we will call it for now, and do more of this next week.
So I should probably say that,
Oh, I know I didn't stream
last Sunday, and we're very close to the end of Bloodstained.
but also I do have more to do on this Sunday, so there probably will not be another stream.
So next time you see me will be next Thursday. Unless you want to hop into my Discord, where we sometimes just do some spur of the moment streams of Slime Rancher or whatever we're feeling on there. Yeah. A big thank you to Arcade Kitten for sticking around for so long. It's been lovely having you here.
Yeah. I'm still a little bit starstruck, but yeah.
So definitely one more time, thank you to Frank for that command. Definitely go check out the rest of her stuff. All of it is pay what you want, but I would recommend throwing a few dollars her way, because her stuff it makes me feel
Many things. Oh no, Sakura! We're just about to end. Hi, Sakura. We really are just finishing up,
but I really appreciate you stopping by. But to those of you on my side who don't know, Sakura is the artist of
not again. It always happens.
Is the artist for my model. So yeah, the art was done by Sakura, the rigging was done by Hemlock. I highly recommend working with both of them.
It's always very good to see you, Sakura, but also it is so late.
We've been getting very invested in this VN, and yeah.
Thank you.
Say the line, Frank. Thank you very much for the gift sub. But yes, Sakura is good people. Go check him out. Anyway, what were we going to do? We were going to find someone else to raid, huh? We have... I
couple of friends collabing to play Kirby's Dream Buffet.
If anybody's into that, it's kind of a tonal shift, but maybe that's what we need sometimes, yeah? Everyone is too sweet. I mean, you could.
So, I think I'm going to send you over to Suki. It looks like they just started and they are doing a collab with Okta. They're both cool folks that I want to chat more with. So
thank you again for coming by.
let me get this raid started while I give my usual thanks and all. Boop.
Look, sometimes you just gotta hand it off, Sakura.
But Frank has put some raid messages in the chat if you would like to use those. But I do want to give one more big thanks to everyone who stopped by, to everyone who lurked. Another special thank you to
Arcade Kitten, which, oof, yeah.
And for
3 raids, which, wow, this has been quite the stream.
So, really, one more time to everyone who has chosen to gaze long into the abyss, know that the abyss gazes back, and we'll be seeing you again very, very soon. I'll see you next Thursday for some more Cemetery Mary. Take care.